Hi, today I'm going to discuss with you the hands-on lab on database access control. Um, this is the model of the privileges. Let's say we have objects and subject. Subject could be a user. Object, there are multi-granules of objects available in database. Because this is a hands-on, I'm talking about only something available in MySQL. In general, if you have an expensive DBMS like Oracle, then you could get more the capabilities and functionalities to take. But those available in MySQL are not really small. It is really very powerful functionalities and capabilities available. So I'm going to share that with you. So object could be a table, entire table, or a column, which means attributes, or it could be row. And by the way, MySQL can also provide you the capabilities of procedures. So you can create procedure, and then you can activate the procedure that you develop. Next week or a little later, I'm going to formalize the database languages. We already looked at SQL. And also today we will look at procedures. So in general, what kind of the coding skills that may be applicable. SQL, that's a minimum, okay, small set, but could be a lot larger than simple SQL expressions. Okay, so today we'll look at one of those, which is procedure creations. Then procedure could be on objects. So you can also say, hey, Alice, you can execute procedure A. Bob, you cannot. That type of privileges can be defined and also enforced. So we could have, in this scenario, we'll look at two users, but actually multiple users are possible, right? Multiple subjects. And also for the same object, it could be different layers, different granules of objects possible. For actions, also several different actions available. For example, if you see the database, selection from where close, you can say, hey, you can select from this table, but you cannot do that to another table. Or you can do, hey, you can, for the same table, you can apply SQL statements for all the attributes, but not the salary or pay the information from the attribute called pay, okay? That type of things is possible. So selection is one of the actions. And there will maybe insertion is another actions, or alter if we want to modify some of the definitions, even creations, create tables, create database, insertions, deletes. All those are the actions. Okay, so we consider subject, object, and action. So you can define some of the policies over subject, object, and action. Those are managed by DBMS. Okay, if you have MySQL, then MySQL provides some of the management tools. Okay, so it can manage it among those three components. That's what we do, access control. So here is, you already got this, the statements. So I'm going to start the database. So I have here /usr /local /mysql /bin /mysql -u root and -p. Okay, so I'm going to enter. All right. So I'm going to create a database security lab, and then use that security lab. That is a database name. And then I say I want to create a database, create table customers, and then ID integer, primary key, auto increment, and then next attribute is name, and then varchar 100 is not null, and the email varchar 200 unique, and the region enum, and we have NY, NJ, city, for example, and not null. And then finally VIP, that is Boolean. Default value is false, and then close the definition of the customer's table, and then close. So that is defined to customers. Then we have that, and then I can insert into customers. I'm going to put because we have ID, this is auto increment. In this case, we need to spell out, for example, the list of attributes: name, email, reason, and VIP. Values. We want to enter 4 attributes because ID is automatically assigned. So first row is Alice, and Alice at mercy.edu, and then Alice is in New York, and VIP no, and then I have Bob, and then Bob at mercy.edu, and Bob is in New Jersey, and he is a VIP, and then Chris, and Connecticut, not VIP, and then we enter. So 3 rows are assigned. So if I do select star from customers. We have 3 of those. Okay. So now create users. Okay. So we set up the policies. So set persist validate password length is 12. And then set persist validate password mixed case count equal 1. So at least one out of 12, one character should be different case. And then set persist validate password number of count equal 1. Validate the password number count equal 1. So number should be at least 1. And then set persist validate password special character count should be at least 1. We can set something like that. Okay. And then we can create user. First user is app user. And local host identified by, we can say safe password. So how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have a special character here, and one the number. Let's say if we do not have this, see what happens. After that, and it says a password does not satisfy the current policy requirements. So current policy is, I want to copy this. No, I want to copy. Copy and paste. I want to put here 0 instead of that. And then failed login attempts 5 times. Password lock time 2. This is, I think, 2 minutes. And then password expire interval 180 day. Password lock time 2. Create user failed for others. I want to make it simple.
I want to make like this, okay, password. Oh, still, your password does not satisfy the current. Oh yeah. Oops. Let's make it simple. So create user. Why? Create user. Is there any misspell? See if I can copy and paste of this. Copy and paste. This one also failed. Create user. Identified by. Oh, it's created. Okay, so I'm going to have only one. And then we can do, for example, select host user account locked password lifetime from user where user equal app user 2. Okay, it goes to, all right. So I want to do select host user account locked password lifetime from user is not on this the sec underscore lab database. It is in catalog database, so that we have to say that is in MySQL. When you create a user, then that catalog database, which is a built-in database, the book keep the user information. So we want to see our user information from that database from that table. User table is not the table that we defined, right? We defined only today customers. User is already defined, which is in the already defined in database, which is called MySQL, which we call that catalog database. And then from that table where user equals app user 2, hit enter. so that I have here the host. You can access from local host. User ID is app user 2. Account locked is not locked. Password lifetime is not set, right? Okay, so we created it. And then in the next slide, I want to give privileges. Let's assume if this user 2 might have some privileges already. So if we start with revoke, I want to revoke all privileges if anything already granted. So grant option from app user 2 at localhost. I want to revoke. All the revokes for user request cannot revoke all the privileges for one or more of the request users. I think it is because that guy do not have any, I believe because it does not have any privileges, right? Let's see if I can copy this and paste. See if I, oh, maybe there is some missing. Oh, localhost here because of that. Okay, typo. After I revoke, if there exist any privileges from that user that I created, and then I grant select privileges to that user. Select on this particular database and particular table called customers to app user 2 when that user logged in from localhost. So when that person logged in from localhost, that guy can do SQL statement, select. Okay, so that is possible. So I want to bring another shell. And then USR local MySQL bin MySQL -u, and then that is app user 2, and then save password exclamation. Oh, great. Then I want to use sec lab. Okay, so show tables, only one tables, select star from customers. I can select it because this guy can allow me to select. But if I want to, for example, insert into customers and then name, email, values, name John, and email where's that, edu New York VIP. Yes, I want to insert to see if it is possible. Maybe not, because the app user 2 do not have the privileges, right? Does not have the privileges, so this cannot be executed. So let's see what happens. So insert command denied to user. Okay. So that is not possible. So in this way, we can access user controls. How can you see what kind of privileges this guy has? Then I can do here show grants for user 2 at localhost. See if I can get, okay? I am able to get, right? So because this is for mine, grant usages, that is possible. Select on, that is possible. Usages, this is possible. Okay. See, that is also possible here. This is a root. The bottom here, root privileges. So this guy can do anything that wants. The above here, only the user 2, right? So show grants for user 2 at local host, same ones, right? Because user can do anything, everything. Okay, and column level privileges. So I want to give, let's say, grant select only this on the customers to app user 2. Okay, so I want to, in order to, I need to put here number 2 because we changed that, right? So I want to revoke first, copy and paste. So everything is revoked. So for example, if I want to do, I think show is possible. Let's see. Right? Yeah, only, yeah, this is gone, right? Because I revoked it. Only this is available. And then I want to give him another privileges. Paste. So only those 4 attributes. Remember previously, 5 all attributes can be accessed, right? ID, name, email, region, VIP. But here, email cannot be accessed by this, okay? So if I do, for example, select star from customers, then I cannot, right? But if I do only, for example, ID and what is it? ID, name, and region, then I can get, right? Because those 3 are granted. So if I have show grants for app user 2, then only those 4 attributes. That is column level. We can do similar things for the row level. So I want to, now I want to create a view. Okay, view is, remember, show tables. This is I defined physically, right? So that we have here customers. So this table is defined. We call the tables like this base table. Base table. So based on the base tables, we can create a view. Okay? View is like a virtual table, which is not physically stored, but we can
describes some of those. For example, for student table, over multiple attributes. But I want to make a view that may be interesting to the president of Mercy University. Then Mercy University president wants to see the students as a, for example, their I want to change it. For example, interesting to payroll officers, or some of the not all the students' informations are interesting to administrator, but only a few of the attributes are interesting to the administrator. For example, the school deans or provost, they may not interested in student grade, okay, but they are interested in students enrollment. But instructor like me, the regular faculty members are interested in students grade and students academic achievement rather than how much tuition they pay. Actually, we do not have, right? I don't have access for that. So we can create a view. So the way that we can create is create or replace. So we can replace the view. So I can say customers NY as select ID, name, region, VIP from customers where region equals NY. I can create this way, okay? So this is the view. So when I see show tables, I can see there's a customer's NY and description of customers NY equals like this. Okay, not much description about this. Let's say it doesn't have a primary key or uniqueness, and also subset of this definition appears here. Okay, so we have the view. To that view, I want to have, for example, I want to make this to revoke all the privileges first of all. Okay, revoke again, and then I want to give the selections, select the privileges to that person, but that was only the view, not the base table, but view. See here. What happens if I select on? I think, oh, because of this. You know what I did? Why that happens? This is not the quote. This is from the PowerPoint slide font. This is not the same as that, right? So I need to make it terminal font and then semicolon, then it goes. So back here,
this guy, if I do select previously, I can access this, right? Customers tables. But because we changed the privileges assigned, granted to app user 2, so app user 2 cannot access this, cannot have select anything from these customers. So if I do this, do not have, right? But I recently grant the select on this customer's NY, that specific view. If I do this, then I can show ID, name, and region, right? And then row here, only New York, right? Previously, right, Alice, Bob, Chris, all different kinds of regions available. But this view was defined only from NY, so only Alice. This row can be applicable. So this is a row-based, row-level security. If you see this SQL statements, this guy does not say anything about, hey, only from New York states, right? Because this SQL statement doesn't specify that, but this view already defined that way. Where I defined the view here, right? This is the view. I defined only for NY. Therefore, if this user wants to select from the view, then this guy can see only NY elements. That's row level. And then we can go further. Oh, now we want to create a procedure, okay? I want to explain this procedure first here. This, when you create a procedure, here procedure, create procedure, then you have delimiter // and delimiter. So this is the beginning of that procedure creation. This is end of that procedure creations. And the definer of this procedure is this owner of this procedure, root and localhost. This is the name of a procedure. This procedure has an arguments. So input arguments, 3 over input arguments. So pname, varchar 100, pemail, varchar 200, pvip, boolean. So actually, this will go to the name, and this will go to email, this will go to VIP. So we matched the type of those exactly the same as name, email, and VIP originally defined in the class customers, right? And then SQL security definer, and the begin and end. This is the body of this procedure. So procedure has arguments, 3 arguments, and then this is the body. So with those 3 arguments, what are we going to do? So we're going to insert into customers name, email, region, and VIP. So name received here, the values, P name comes from here, P emails comes from there, and then we say I would add the customers for New York only, so I put NY. This is a hard-coded value, NY. This value is assigned for this region. And then VIP, PVIP comes from here. Okay. And this is the end of that. So we can define the procedures. And then for that procedure, the first, we can see how procedures can be, the privileges for the procedure can be granted or revoked. So first we revoke everything. So revoke all the privileges. And then we can grant. We need to grant. Then for this procedure, this is the name of a procedure, right? To this procedure, the action, this is an object, and action is execute. So execute action can be applied to this object. Who is the subject? Subject is this, right? That's what we want to do. So I want to work on this. This should be 2, app user 2. This is also app user 2. So what I want to do is I'm going to create the procedures. So delimiter. So I want to do create. Definer is root at localhost. Procedure, name of that is add customer NY, and then there is a input P name varchar 100, and another input arguments P email varchar 200, another arguments P VIP boolean. Okay, this is the end of the signature of this procedure. Procedure is like a function, and then we can do SQL security definer, and then begin insert into customers name, email, region, VIP, values, P underscore name, P underscore email, and then for region I want to put only NY, and then for info P VIP. So this is the insertion statements, and then we can do end // okay, and then delimiter. Okay, let's see if it is available. Show where db equals sec lab procedure, show procedure status where db equals sec. Why this guy? Oh, yeah, procedure defined. Add a procedure. Definer. So procedure SQL. So root. Okay, so that is defined. So I want to grant execute on procedure sec lab. In that database, we have a procedure add customer ny to app user 2 at local host semicolon. Before I enter this, see this guy can execute. How can we execute the procedure? So we can execute the procedure. For example, we can call sec lab customer ny. We put there Diana user, right? There's a P user, P name, and then Diana at mercy.edu. That is a P email, and then P VIP. I want to send this to see if it is can be executed by the user app user 2. It should not, right? Execute command denied, because this guy does not have any privileges granted. So I want to give the privileges of the execution. I want to grant the privileges of the execution on this procedures to this guy. So I want to give that to that person. Why this guy give me all of this? Okay, I think this is okay. So this comes from that delimiter somehow, right? Remember that when I create the procedures, right? So it comes from there. So this is not really a big deal. And then see the same thing here. See, it works. Function in full does not exist. Oh. This function in full is not exist. What happens here? Oh, not in, it's if full, not in full. So what should I do? I want to do drop procedure see if it works. So it dropped. So I want to redefine. I want to do everything over this. This is okay. I think it's okay. Copy of this and test. So this is done, right? So I want to do okay. So if I redo this, oh, I need to grant, right? Grant that one. I want to revoke and grant. Revoke and grant. Okay. I want to do, okay. So this guy can enter that. So when I do select do same thing. That I do not have a grant, right? So if we want to grant, then you need to have grant select on customers NY to, let's see, what is grant to select. I think I need to put this way, right? Select. If we want to do the column level, the privileges, but I want to do all. Select to user 2 at local host. Give this to. So if I do select star from customers NY, then I can see Diana, right? Diana was inserted based upon the procedure that we defined here, right? Based upon the procedure that we defined. Okay. The low level, that's what we did. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did this already. Okay. And now we will look at the privileges of roles. So far, what we did was we looked at the subject itself, right? But we can say the same subject can access the same object with the same action, but in different role. For example, I may have multiple roles. I have a faculty role, I have an instructor role, I have, for example, simply employees, the roles. I might have more than one roles. So for each role, then we have to define and apply that role. Okay, so we call that role-based access control. Okay, it is called the role-based access control. So I would say, which means role-based access control. That was implemented here in MySQL. So I need to create a roles. Okay. So I have create all read-only, so role of read-only, role of analyst, role of loader. So 3 roles are created. And then we do some of the privileges assigned to each role. So I can do grant select on sec lab any table on that database to the role all read only. So when you see this, when you have this role, if this role is granted to you, then you can have an access to any database created in this, any table created in this database. Okay. The other grant, we define the select and insert, update on this database sec lab and specific table customers to all. I believe this is analysis, right? Or all loader. Okay, all loader to that particular role as defined here. This role is nothing but select, insert, and update privileges on the customer table. And another definition of the role is select ID, name, region, VIP on this database and this particular table to our analyst. So that is granted. So each role has a privileges. And then we can create user analysis at any from anywhere, and then identified by, we can say, string password doesn't satisfy the current policy requirements. Which ones? String at the pass. Oh, there is a number, special characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 1. So I want to do create user analysis from anywhere by string w0id. So longer, so it is okay. Okay, let's try the analysis only, and then grant all analysis to analysis at from anywhere. So that is granted. And make role active by default. So we can say set default role all analysis for analysis to add set default role or analysis to for okay, you have check the manual section neo 4 analysis. Not sure. Let's copy this. It's the same. Okay, so forget about that default role. Show grants for so that guy has this all analysis that role is granted to analysis user, right? And then we can see how this this guy analysis can do select, right? So I want to quit from this, and then I want to do here analysis, and then password is okay. So I can do user. Before I forget, I want to put here W0ID. That's what I did. So use sec lab access denied for this guy should have access database, right? Then as we originally give the privileges, okay, so what we did was grant select all customers. What did they do? Oh, this is analysis, but this the privilege does not have. Let's say back here, this guy has this grant has a select on customers, right? That has that already. Access denies. Let's give a grant. Grant So get in there. And this analysis wants to do select ID name from customers. Oh, we do not need to say this. Then we have that. We're actually, yeah. The role was not really clearly demonstrated here. Okay, one correction here. Default role, then we need to do 2 rather than 4. Okay, so I want to do, for example, create user. I want to create drop, is it delete user? Drop user I want to create another, okay? Create user analyst 2 at the same as before, identified by string okay, and then grant all analysis to 2 at anywhere. And then set default role all analysis to analysis to 2 at from anywhere. Set default set default, that's a spell, role all to okay. So when we have this default role, then when this guy is logged in, then by default analysis 2 has that role privileges. Okay, so show grants for analysis to 2 at, then that is granted, and I want to quit and analysis to 2, then good, and use sec lab. Okay. And then this guy, analyst 2 right now, because this guy has these privileges, right? Select that privileges. So can do. But this guy cannot do, for example, other insertions. So if I want to do insert into customers, and then name, reason, VIP, values, and name maybe Adam, reason, Connecticut, and VIP 0 should be denied because the role that granted to the analyst 2 does not have the select privileges, right? Does not have insert privileges, only select privileges. So select, okay. But if I do select all from customers, then I think this is denied because not all, only say ID and name, then you can see it. Even one more, VIP, right? But if I do email, no. If I want to do email, then it is not, because this privileges is carried through the role definitions, right? The analyst to have this role analysis. I think this is the way that we do, and we can do also audits. Say show, we have that. Okay, who has show grants for user 2 at local host, then that many grants already assigned to the app user 2. So we can monitor, we can audit the user actions. So select start from. This is possible because I am working on root, right? This is root, and this is I think this is analysis too. From that, and information schema. This is also one of the catalog database where a table called schema privileges, where table schema equals sec lab, and hit enter. Then sec lab has right now because all other users logged out, only this guy is, because analysis 2 is currently logged in. Let's see if we have another shell comes here, and USL local MySQL bin MySQL, and you app user 2 password. Then what is what was the password that we looked at, that we defined? User 2, app user 2, safe password. Okay, so I'm gonna put here safe password exclamation. Great. And this is privileges, right? So there's a monitor, so we can do still that, but if I grant all privileges on star to user 2 okay, so this guy has that grant, right? Show grants for so 4 rows, so many branches. Okay, so if I want to monitor it, still 1. Let's see, it's not really monitored that. Let's see if we do select and table name is customers. Table underscore name equal customers. Unknown column table name. Table name is not. Okay. So I have here analysis load. Yeah, more than that, right? So again, we can monitor the user access. And also we can do find the definer owner routines by executing this. Then I have here, this is the routine. Routine means the procedures. So procedure that root defined right now. That was selected from information schema and the routine tables. This is the database. This is a table where there is a column routine underscore schema. The table, the database is a sec lab. So what is this database? And you can see that show databases. We can get all the privilege informations from the information underscore schema. Okay, and then when you create user, then user information is in this database. So from here, I believe this, and then sys, those 4 databases are built in, and built into manipulate the entire databases, entire application databases. So the others are all application databases. Okay. That's what we did for the access control. Hope this can help you. And I will give you a small exercises for your homework assignments. All right? Okay. See you later. Goodbye.